Stop sucking off Koreans. Hello everybody, I hope you're enjoying your holidays. Recently I've reached my boiling point with dealing with some people, so I just need to say how things are and explain people their brain damaged biases.
Just sucks their dick.
I want to cover the annoying default that people go to for trying to prove arguments or just be obnoxious. This is not to make Koreans seem dumb or anything like that, but to equalize them, because they're definitely seen up on a pedestal. The knowledge and value that someone brings has nothing to do with their region. There are brain dead NA, SA, EU, RU, JP, and KR players. There is no exception to that. There is also genius players from every one of these regions. Information is not more or less valuable based on the ethnicity of the player. It is not based on their eye level. It is strictly based on it being correct or not. So if someone is Korean, their information could definitely be good or even perfect. They do get updates many months ahead of us, but what they say is not gospel. Recently I made an Elixir cheat sheet. Kanema reviewed it. One of the things he mentioned is that support should go AP Elixir. This is outright false because AP Elixir counts as bonus AP, which works just like engravings, and it's even additive with the engravings. And that means that it doesn't apply to the support's buffs. He was wrong. I mention he was wrong and correct him and explain, and he's like, oh, I see that, that makes sense. Okay, and he changes his mind. I was wrong on many things on that cheat sheet as well. And we had a nice discussion where we both learned. This is how most interactions should be. We can talk to each other, research, test things, and try to come to a good conclusion because we're both nerds for a shitty pay-to-win KMMO. I am not right because I am from NA, someone's not right because they're from EU, and he's not right automatically because he plays on KR. Lustboy is another great example of this. He's incredibly knowledgeable, he researches a ton, and recently main swapped to Artilleris. He wasn't able to find any good info on a specific build. So what did he do? He used the community guides as a baseline, then he talked to more Western artillerists to learn more about his class. Nothing about any region biases or anything, just trying to find as many good resources as possible. There comes a common occurrence I come into where people just use these shitty appeals to authority to try to prove their point. It's either, my streamer said this, but it's on Inven. Rank 1 Lolo runs that, but Sivo said, yes, even me, I am wrong a lot. You cannot just appeal to whatever authority and instantly assume them right. At least put a tiny bit of effort into trying to prove them right or wrong. This has become really annoying for making guides in the West, because it's always a lose-lose no matter the situation. You either end up with, you're so stupid, you just brainlessly copy Koreans, even though there could be a lot of extensive testing showing that what the Koreans did is actually correct, it's just brainlessly copying them. Then, if it deviates at all from Koreans, you're so stupid, you're not even Korean thinking you're right. There's never any middle ground with these people, and instead of trying to work, research, and make nice resources for everyone, it's just like pointless hate. So, I'm gonna elaborate on some of these types of people. First, we have the streamer dick riders. This is one of the worst groups. They are parasocially attached to their host. They cannot mentally deviate from them, no matter what. And they take everything they say as direct fact and misconstrue it to the point of no longer even making sense. I literally feel them already getting mad as I'm saying this. Here's an example. Yo guys, I really like this skill, because I like to show my boobs. Whoa, that skill is literally the best skill in the game. What, he's such a genius. I have to tell everyone how this skill is biz, and if you're not running it, you are literally griefing. I will now get into 3-hour debates over why this skill is the best, even though I've never even played with it, and you're wrong. You might think that that's completely absurd, and that would never happen, but it literally happens all the time. An example, someone noticed curse stall in a community guide, but Zeal said curse stall is additive with Elixir. So he deduced that all community guides are spreading misinformation as they have curse stall as an engraving, and therefore community guides are worthless. Missing all the context, and he was not even able to say how much an AP Elixir gives or calculate the effective loss. Obviously, this isn't a streamer's fault. This is up to the viewer And no matter the streamer, no matter what they say, these viewers will always exist. They always like to take something with a little bit of truth and then misconstrue it to the point of not making any sense at all. Next we have Inven. Jesus Christ, these people are so bad. They completely lack the understanding that Inven is literally Korea's Reddit. There's an insane amount of builds on there that are complete garbage. Can you imagine going up to anyone and telling them that their build is bad and yours is good because your build comes from Reddit? Yes, Inven has a lot of amazing resources and great builds and good submissions, but it's all user submitted posts. There's a ton of garbage you have to shift through, and you have to actually test stuff and play with stuff to figure out if it's good or not. Now for the absolute worst group, the low dick riders. The fact that I even need to bring this up is completely sad. Your item level has little to no correlation with how good or knowledgeable a player is. It is a direct ranking of how much money you spent. Yes, there's insanely good players like Portia at the top, and there are many shit ones too. Brainlessly copying rank 1 Loa could mean your build is incomplete, missing systems like Bracelet, Elixir, 9-7 specific builds, or that you're copying someone who can barely get upright fighter after spending $80,000. Now, speaking of Portia, there was a recent translated Reddit post that was about Portia's math at absolute bis min max. He was considering CD versus Keen Blunt Weapon on War Dancer. CD is still better than Keen Blunt Weapon 14.55 to 14.4. Yes, literally a difference of 0.15 in favor of CD. He was trying to illustrate all the variables and he did a good job with the math. One thing that people didn't mention is he was assuming you have efficient atropine usage non-stop, you have a 9-7 stone, you have maximum best in slot AP elixir rolls. This means rolling AP at the max level on all 5 pieces, and your support is running exposed weakness for the mini crit synergy. So, what did people do? Oh my god, Kurstall is dead. I shit you not, like 10 minutes later, we get a guy debating on how atropine is important for Kurstall usage and elixirs kill Kurstall. They take out of context the large stack of variables required to make Keen Blunt Weapon almost equal to Kurstall in this context, and then exaggerate and say CD is dead. Now, I hope this summarized why appealing to authority is completely retarded. You are causing circular arguments that are just a waste of everyone's time, and that if you're going to speak on something, try to at least understand it, test it, be able to explain it, not just brainlessly parroting anything you hear and then misconstruing it. Anyway, I could ramble on a lot more about this, but this is already enough. I hope I changed at least a few of your opinions on taking information at face, just assuming someone's always right. And let me know if you'd like to see more videos of me schizo rambling.